There's a place called Springfield, Ohio, that you've been reading about. 20,000 illegal Haitian immigrants have descended upon the town of 58,000 people. Residents are reporting that the migrants are walking off with the town's geese. They take in the geese. You know where the geese are? In the park, in the lake. And even walking off with their pets. My dog's been taken. My dog's been stolen. This can only happen. These people are the worst. I'm telling you, Biden and Kamala, this is the worst combination in the history of our country. As the people of Arizona understand better than anyone else, under Kamala Harris, our country is under a thing called invasion. Did you ever hear the word invasion? Just like a military. It's like a military invasion. We're being conquered and we are being occupied by a foreign element. And, you know, if you think about it, China has a 5 million man army, mostly man in that case, I can tell you. But they have a 5 million person army. And we have 21 million people coming this year. This period of time, 21 million people over the period of the last few years. Think of it, they have a 5 million, that's a big army. And we have 21 million people here, so cut out half. That means you have 10 million people, and they have guns. You just see that. If you look at Colorado, take a look at Aurora. They have guns that are the most sophisticated guns anywhere in the world. High-powered stuff. And, you know, you say to yourself, so if you cut the number in half, 10 million people, and cut that number in half, 5 million, that's the size of China, and what they have as an army. It's pretty dangerous stuff. We got to get them the hell out of here. As discussed in the debate, not only is Comrade Kamala allowing illegal aliens to stampede across our border, but she is flying them here from other countries. Remember, she said, no, no. Remember when their polls were crashing a few months ago, she said, oh, and they issued some order. I don't know what it was, because it stopped it a little bit, slowed it down a little bit, but it doesn't mean he knows. He's laughing. He knows, because they'll slow down a little bit, then they'll say, oh, look at the numbers. But they have a problem. They didn't include the airplane numbers. They fly them in by the tens of thousands. Think of it. They're trying to say they're into the border, and yet they have airplanes, beautiful airplanes, going and picking them up and dropping them into the middle of our country, where I would say that the states, it means we really have 50 border states. No, they're dropping them into the middle of our country all over the place. They fly them in. Think of that. They fly them in by jets. They're flying in all the time. And Art, they don't count those numbers, do they? They don't talk about them. When they fly in, and then they have a special app, right? They have an app where the cartels are allowed to use the app to get their people in. Do you believe this? It's an app for cartels. So the illegal cartels that are among the richest people in the world, by the way. You know, we think we have a lot of wealth. Well, take that 400, the Forbes 400 or whatever it is. Forbes isn't doing so well anymore. But take whatever the hell 400 they have. These guys would qualify. In many cases, they'd be a hell of a lot richer. The cartels are using this app, think of it, to bring thousands and thousands of people here illegally. Over the past 3.5 years, Harris-Biden administration has resettled 500,000 illegal immigrants from the failed state of Haiti, which is a totally failed country, very sad situation, into American communities, including over 200,000 who Kamala has illegally flown into the United States by airplane. Think of that. And they're coming out of Haiti, and they're coming out of other failed countries at levels that nobody has ever seen before. In addition to Aurora, Colorado, there's a place called Springfield, Ohio, that you've been reading about. 20,000 illegal Haitian immigrants have descended upon the town of 58,000 people, destroying their entire way of life. This was a beautiful community, and now it's horrible what's happened. Enrollment on the state's Medicaid and food assistance programs have soared. motor vehicle accidents have skyrocketed. Recording of 911 calls even show residents are reporting that the migrants are walking off with the town's geese. They take in the geese. You know where the geese are? In the park, in the lake. And even walking off with their pets. My dog's been taken. My dog's been stolen. This can only happen. These people are the worst. I'm telling you, Biden and Kamala, this is the worst combination in the history of our country. The only one happy is Jimmy Carter, because he's no longer referred to as the worst president in history. Not even close. Likewise, the small 4,000-person town of Charleroi, Pennsylvania. Have you heard of it? Charleroi. What a beautiful name. But it's not so beautiful now. Has experienced a 2,000% increase in the population of Haitian migrants under Kamala Harris. So Pennsylvania, remember this when you have to go to vote. Okay, just remember this. 2,000% increase. This is a small town. All of a sudden, they got thousands of people. The schools are scrambling to hire translators for the influx of students who don't speak not a word of English, costing local taxpayers hundreds of thousands of dollars, and the town is virtually bankrupt. This flood of illegal aliens is also bringing massive crime to the town and every place near it. Earlier this year in Massachusetts, one of the Haitian illegals who Kamala flew into America was charged with raping a 15-year-old girl and badly hurting that girl. Also in Massachusetts, a Haitian migrant was charged with raping a pregnant woman and beating her very badly. Yet another Haitian migrant who she imported was arrested for molesting a 10-year-old child who lived right next door. The child next door was badly hurt. In New York this year, an illegal brought in through Kamala's migrant phone app was charged with savagely murdering his two roommates. He had two roommates set up by the people that set that up in this country. Welcome. They go, welcome. What would you like? Oh, I'd like to have a nice room. Okay, we'll give you two roommates. Viciously stabbing them to death. But these are just a few of the many stories. There are hundreds and hundreds. There are thousands of stories. They're coming in from all over the world, from prisons and jails, from mental institutions and insane asylums, and many tourists at numbers that we have never seen before. You've never seen these numbers before, Art. You never saw these numbers before. Have you? You've never seen anything like this. This is unique, at least with you. It's unique. We cannot let this happen to our country. It will not end well unless Donald J. Trump is elected the 47th president of the United States.